Hi, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon with Kynseed part number 18. I just love this opening sequence, and I've started adding it at the beginning of my videos just because it's so cool, it's beautiful, and I'm sure you can hear the background music just ever so slightly. I've got it turned down for copyright issues. So we're going to continue right where we left off. You can see that it is fall in year number 6, and we're kind of looking at all of the tasks. Be sure you check your calendar every day, and I'm terrible about that. Today is the day we're getting married. So before 1 o'clock, we marry our spouse before 1 o'clock, anytime before 1. We just go back to the priest and we can get married, and it's so cool. It's a very interesting mechanic in this beautiful little game. Every morning when I wake up, let's look at our summary real quick. We're doing Moon and Sun Emporium. We made 105 brass and gained 68 reputation. And this is the apothecary, which I think is doing really well. We have made 464 and gained 2571 reputation. Letter from Fairweather. It was 5 years since our pleasant introduction. You're ready to forge your name in history. Don't worry yourself passing a family. Took questions. Energetic pot gave a gift. Are you sending a gift? Fairweather sends us a gift. Okay, a sapphire pendant. Chance to gain bonus tool experience. Okay. Fairweather is kind of creepy. If you haven't seen any episodes or watched the game, he's kind of this creepy guy, and we have to make deals with him for trading years of our life for important things that we really need. So he's kind of creepy, but it's okay. We'll deal with him. Don't worry. So anyway, the first thing I do in the mornings usually is try to get to town before my shops open, or my shop opens. My fish market is open, I think, already. And also I have the worst time passing up the fish along here. It's like, oh, fish. Because we're kind of focusing on fish in the general store. I removed everything from the shelves and stocking the shelves with fish. And we want to make that our a fish market, which is one of the things that you can do to specialize. You can specialize in all kinds of things. It doesn't mean you can't sell other things in the shop. It just means people are more likely to buy that specialization. And I accidentally keep clicking that. I'm trying to get the herbs, and we got a bog bean. It takes a while for us to get bog beans, so you can get things like that on the little tree outside if you choose that perk in the store, which I did. Before I order any ingredients, I try to empty them out from my personal inventory, and looking at the things that I know that I need, looking at the things that I can give up. Try to keep one of everything in my own inventory, just because I like to have something in case someone wants one. But the rest of it can go into the shop. I mean, you can use all of this stuff for, obviously, you can use it as ingredients. And yes, I know I didn't keep that, but I thought, well, that's something very unique that maybe we can create something very interesting with that. And you can see that I'm kind of low on stuff, but that's okay. We'll get more soon. And you can see that we've got things coming tomorrow. We got things arriving today. At this point, I'm trying to keep at least 20 of everything on the shelf. What happens with that stuff? Look at this. I've only got one Glor by me and one of the Ghostbuster things. So I thought, you know what? I've got just enough time to make a couple of things really quickly. I love creating things in the apothecary, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love playing mage characters in all the games that I play. So it's just kind of cool owning an apothecary. I've seen a few people say they don't like the mini games. I do. This is the potion mini game, and I don't mind doing it. Basically, you put an ingredient in the crusher, you crush it, and it gets dumped into the pot, and you look at your temperature, and you have to put a counteracting ingredient that's opposite. It has it right on the chart. So it was red, so it needs a green counteract. And you just watch your temperature and it's done. So this is the potion one. There's two other ones. There's creams and powders. So I don't really care which one it is. I just want to make sure that I have some things on the shelf, and I'm doing it really quickly because I believe my shop opens at 9, and I want to make sure that I can get these things made. Time is passing while you're making things. Also of note is that unfortunately you cannot create potions any kind of remedies when the shop is open, which is really a bummer, because if you have the blacksmith shop, you can go back there and make stuff during the time the shop is open. So I just don't think it's fair that you can't in the apothecary. So I had originally been open longer hours, but I cut the hours down just so I could get in here. Normally I try to come at night, but if I can't make it at night, or if I didn't make enough things at night, then I try to make it here in the morning before it opens up. The shop is open at 9. I can't make anything else. So let's check with Theresa. We're not quite full friends with her. Supposedly being better friends makes them much happier, and it makes it a happier employee. And that puts us at the top. Yes, we are now best friends with Theresa. May I discuss something? It's a little bit, shall we say, sensitive, requires discretion. I caught Arthur in our cellar with a pork chop draped over his face, and when I confronted him, he broke down and told me he just wants to sample something meaty, as he misses it but doesn't want to upset me. Okay, I thought we need to get rid of that stuff once and for all. Could you go into our store just below our house, take that accursed pork chop, I'm convinced it's cursed, and put a spell on him, basically, and then go to the pool of passing in the burial grounds where the funerals take place and throw it in there. Thank you. Okay, so here's what happens when you become best friends with people. With very few exceptions, the townspeople give you a final task, and once you do the final task, it will say something storyline complete, or I can't remember what it says exactly. Something is complete. Let me see if I can find it, because I don't want to tell you wrong. Story is complete, I think, and I'm sorry that I'm babbling about that. So when their story is complete, then you know that you'll get reputation when you do things for people in the future, but your friendship points are as much as they can be with them. So it's not a bad thing to keep doing things for people, but you can spend your time trying to make better friends with other people. You can see that I have 100 pond lurkers, but that's it. First day open, first day this week, we've made 34 profit. And this is the first week that it is open. It's only been open one day. You can see that it's sold out of all the things that were already on the shelves. And then they restocked everything with the fish. So it looks like we're now in business as a fish shop. So that's fantastic. And really, it's not specialized yet, but people buy whatever's on the shelves. So anyway, it's like, okay, what do I gotta do? Oh yeah, I need to go get married before 1 o'clock today. So we do need to go to the area for the ceremony, which is Loverwood, and the priest is there, and it looks like a very blustery day at this point, and we'll see how that goes. It's very windy and it's raining. It's like, oh my gosh, we picked a great day to have a wedding. Well, it just happens, so whatever. So it's raining and windy today. So we'll have to hold on to our hats if we were to be wearing any hats. It's like, okay, where is it? Because I haven't opened up this whole map area. I don't know for sure. I got to go find the priest. I know he's around here somewhere. But we'll find him. And I love the whole marriage thing in this game. It's very interesting. I've played other games where you get married or can get married, and this to me is one of the most interesting ones. Are you ready to get married? And we say yes. And you can bless water too. That's interesting. Okay, here we go. We are here this day to unite two lovers under the eyes of the goddesses. Let there be peace in the winds, please. North, south, east, and west. Spirits of stone and mud, earth's the fire of earth, wind, and fire. Chase the clouds away and steal the night. With ringing hearts and singing souls, come forth Goth, wielder of hammers. Come forth Sison, purveyor of stars. Come forth Dian, healer of worlds. Come forth Solclus, spirit of merriment. Come forth Bengaius, protector and guardian. And so these things are spinning around and it says choose. Well, I have not been able to figure out how to choose. You just click that button, and I don't see how. It's succulus, spirit of merriment, speed +3, which is great. And the ancients have chosen, may they aid this couple until death separates them. Now we unite you in eternal partnership. The trees bear a branch, the branches bear the fruit bears the seed. The seed enters the soil. The soil becomes a tree, the tree bears a branch. Unite now and complete the circle, the bands have been bound. The words have been spoken, the flame ignites, the hearth is now lit. Under goddesses fair, we bind these souls. Congratulations, you're now married. Your fair half awaits at the marital home. May your union be joyful and whatever the last word was, because I didn't see it. All right, that's the marriage ritual. That's the whole thing. So, and then it just ends. Basically, your spouse and all of the married wedding party goes away. So that's a little bit weird, but that's okay. So your spouse is at home. And there's all kinds of things that your spouse can be helpful for, aside from having children and families and things. We'll look at that mechanism when we talk to our spouse. So it is my goal to be able to have a family as quickly as possible, and we'll see how that mechanism works. So to me, that's one of the more interesting mechanisms in this game. I really enjoy it. And I'm looking here, it's like there's a secret way over here. Oh, okay. I discovered a date location and a map stone. Yes, it was the last one. Better late than never, right? Oh my goodness. And and another Rose of Romance. And so those can be sold in the shop. I don't intend to divorce my spouse. I probably should hang on to them in the inventory just so that my kids have them. They may want them in the future. The purpose of the Rose of Romance is to go on a date. So you don't have to go on dates to get married. I don't think I actually did with Ash in this theme, but you can do that. I've done it in a test play, and saw some fish and thought, let's see what we can get in the windy, rainy weather. Nothing exciting, and I totally walked right over top of a charm weed. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. Oh, it's so embarrassing for people to see your mistakes that you make. And it's funny, I thought it was just me, but then I was watching this streamer that, oh my gosh, they've done almost all of the content of the game with their first character. And I think that was their point or their purpose, because there I found the charm weed. Whew, I feel so much better. Because they wanted to move on to the things. They're they're power gamers. They play a ton of games very, very quickly. I couldn't believe how much content they covered in the less than 100 hours that they've spent playing the game. And in watching them, I saw them miss things, and I felt so much better. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, here's a power gamer and a streamer with a ton of followers, a very successful streamer, and they're missing things too. So I didn't feel bad at all that I miss a few things that you guys see. So I shouldn't point them out when, oh, look at that, a 4-star charmweed. So I don't know why that I got a 4-star charmweed and 3-star rainfish. Oh my gosh. I thought, let's check and see. Do we need rainfish? Yeah. What that was, if you click on your little head thing, it shows you can click on the skills. So you don't have to go back to the skill masters to find out what you should. A flagfish, that's the first time I've caught that. You don't have to go back to them every time to find out what it is that you are trying to get. Why I got a flagfish is you catch them on rainy days. Windy days. So I was very excited to see that. That's the first one I caught. I know we need them down the line. We need the salmon, but I don't know how many stars. So it's really funny. I look at them, I glance at them, and then I forget. So first time subscribers, first time listeners, just so that you know, I do have a bit of short-term memory loss. It's normal senior memory loss, but apparently I got the quota for my entire sibling gang, which I have quite a few siblings. I've got the majority of it. I seem to be worse than all of them. And my doctor just keeps assuring me that it's absolutely normal. But it does bug me sometimes, and I do repeat things sometimes. Occasionally, I intend to repeat things because I want to tell you things more than once in one episode. Other times, I just simply didn't remember telling you. So I'm sorry if that bothers you. I'll try to minimize it as much as I can, and I realized I did not go where I intended to go. I wanted to go down to the burial grounds. So, really wasting those apples. At this point, I have tons of apples. But there comes a point where you get low on apples if you haven't been collecting them. So it's like, whoops, gotta watch that. Remember, we're supposed to throw a pork chop in this burial area right here. And I was pretty positive. I buy pork chops from the traveling guy. I just gotta find it there. I've got 6 pork chops, is it? It's like, okay. So I wanted to put that in my inventory there and pick it and toss it. And now it says return to Theresa Brown to complete the task. I was pretty sure I could do that. I didn't think I had to go to their basement to get a pork chop, but that's okay. I'll probably go there and find a pork chop at some point. But she wanted to get rid of it because Arthur had some weird thing with pork chops. This game has some very interesting, unusual things that happen. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it, and it's funny, and it's kind of an underlining adult thing if you really watch the things that Arthur says. So this is, I obviously I have kids watch this. It is set for 18 and older, just so I can make comments. Oh, let's give Theresa Brown, let's talk to her. Thank you for doing that. Out of sight, out of mind, I always say. May the goddesses be with you. And she gives me a piece of 10 jewelry, and it said story complete. So my storyline with Theresa Brown is complete. But as I was saying, I have grandkids that watch this, and I don't have younger ones, and I don't have a problem with that because anything that's adult, well, hello, Rosemary. Anything that's adult is kind of underlying and it's not overt. So it's not a problem for me, for my grandkids to watch this. And they're not little tiny kids or anything. All of them, the ones that would be interested and that would take the time to watch are going to be at least 10 years old, and most of them older, although the older ones don't play these kind of games, so they'll watch it out of courtesy for me because I asked them to. But they never say anything, so I guess, I don't know. I have my son watches it though because my son is cool, and my daughter also watches it, and my daughter is cool. So anyway, that child right there is the child of Arthur and Theresa Brown. What's really interesting about that is the names. They do have a child during your 5 years away when you're gone. And let's see what he has to say. Nothing important. And in each save, the names are random. So the first time I was kind of playing another game to kind of see how things worked and kind of get a handle on things. And it was a completely different name. I think her name was Saffron or something. This is Rosemary. So I just thought it was really interesting. And it's fun to talk to people on the Discord channel. A curse fish? What the heck is that? If you talk on the Discord channel, a lot of people get different names for their the Brown's child that is born while you are gone, which I just find fascinating. There's lots of things like that that just are interesting to me, and it's fun to talk to different people and their experiences in the game. Just kind of a side note while we're kind of running around here is that I have some links, useful links in the description of my videos. And this one, I have the official Kynseed webpage, and this one talks about the game. It's where you can get the official wiki, which at this time it's not very fleshed out yet. Only the developers are doing the fleshing out of the official wiki. I don't know if they're going to let players work on it later, but that's an important page. I did find a fandom wiki it's a good wiki that has a lot of stuff in it. Again, it's not very filled out yet. They're still working on it. It's a new game. At the time of this recording, this game's only been out 4 months, and so it takes a while to get people who are interested in doing wikis and things. Also on my good links is an ingredient spreadsheet, which originally it was just that. You could find ingredients for the apothecary. So if you wanted to know, do I have anything that has illusion, and you can't, and you run your mouse across all of the ingredients, you can't find one, then the ingredient sheet spreadsheet tells you what the ingredients attributes are, and because of that I can make things that I wouldn't be able to make otherwise, because of the proverbs that I have gotten, that it certainly doesn't cover even a small fraction of the ingredients that I have to make stuff. So I use that to be able to make more items, because you could just throw random stuff in there and end up with some pretty random results, which is kind of fascinating. The other thing that is on that list I want you to check out is the official Discord channel. And this is where you can go for the most amount of information. So like I go into the general conversation part of the channel, and I would search for shop ownership, or which shop to buy, or Arthur Brown, or ingredients, or apothecary, or anything. You can search for things, and you will see posts by people that had mentioned that in their post, and you can look back quite a ways. And that's how I've learned a lot of things about the game that I didn't understand very well. You can also ask questions. It's a really great group of people, more than happy to help. And also the devs are on these forums as well, and will answer questions about things that you can't find answers to, or anything. If you find a bug or anything like that, you can go confirm it's a bug and report it if you find one. And so they're constantly working on this game in the past 4 months, at least to my experience of what I've seen so far. So anyway, that's a lot of information if you're trying to learn about this game and need some help. Otherwise, you can just explore it. And I have, like I've said many times in previous episodes, I am not power gaming through this game. And that's just not how I roll. I play a very slow, relaxed, I call my videos retired slow gameplays, which is exactly what it is. I like to enjoy the game. I'm in no rush. What's the point of rushing through a game and missing way too much of the amazing details of a game like this just to get to the end of the game? I don't see an end to this game, at least not yet. Nothing I've seen indicates that. At this time, we could purchase 3 different shops. Well, they're doing an update. At this time, I think they're talking at the end of the second quarter of the year, which would be June, of being able to purchase the bar. So that would be 4 different businesses that you can own. I've seen people on the forums that say they've had enough money to buy all of the shops. So even the power gamers are barely to the point of running out of things to do. To me, it baffles me. It's like, you guys are already just sitting back and waiting for the next update. I'm shocked by that, because supposedly there's something like 900 proverbs. That's like insane to me. But if you're power gaming through it, and you're rushing through and making friends with everybody as fast as you can and following the quest as fast as you can, I suppose you can, but that's certainly not how I play. I would much rather slow it down and enjoy it in a very relaxed way. I want to here's my current goals right now. I want to have a successful couple of businesses that are making good money. I want to have a family, and I want to maybe get an item from Fairweather. I love something that someone said on Discord the other day. They said that their goal is to get only 1 item from Fairweather per generation. Now, if you haven't seen that mechanism, what that is the very beginning of the game. In my very first episode, you see this. There's a prologue, and you're a child during that time. I think you're like, 13 years old, and you play through, it's just a year, or it's either a season or a year. I can't remember off the top of my head. When you get to the end of that, during the night, you end up meeting this Fairweather character, and he gives you an item, and he tells you that for exchange for that item, and you have to sign a contract, you have to trade 5 years of your life. And that's how you become an adult in this game. That's how you age up the first time. And he tells you he has these other items that you can get from him, but they cost years of your life. So you can trade, so you can ignore that if you want, if you don't want to get the items, or you can check in with him periodically and find an item that you want to trade for. And the items change out, which you'll see that in the future episodes. And so you have, for me, I mean, some people have traded so much of their life at the end of when Fairweather comes to take his years. It's like, oh my gosh, they lost 25 years. Really? I didn't even know you can get that many items. I'm not like that. I think I'm gonna restrict it to one generation, one per generation. And upcoming episodes, you'll see what we end up trading for. I'm gonna give this a little tip. And I'm not spoiling anything because Fairweather told us all of this information when we saw him early on, when we became an adult. So I don't see the need to trade for everything. So much of it is so useless to me. But hi, Ash decided to take that bed up there, and so that's cool. There's no double beds in the game, so obviously that's kind of interesting. So anyway, that's how I'm kind of thinking about it. It's like one item from Fairweather per generation. I think that's sufficient, and I'll be able to get some of the things that I want. So every morning when I wake up, first thing I do is hit this brownie bowl, and you can put anything in that brownie bowl. So there we go. Theresa Brown has a gift for us. Thank you, Theresa. It's a proverb for Swampflatch, which some of these fish have really funny names. You can see it's still very, very windy today on our first full day of marriage. And I'm going to make sure that I'm hitting that with our slingshot. And how's the trees doing? And I wanted to see if, oh, there's Ash. He's awake. Hey, how you doing, guy? I did cut out a little piece there. What happened is I wanted to go ahead and try to start a family with Ash, but I don't have the corn dolls, which is an item needed for making children, and I was so aggravated. So I cut that part out because I didn't want you to see where I went. Gave him things that we needed to try to have children, and I didn't have what the item I needed, which is called a corn doll. So I got to go get the corn dolls and go see what we can do with that. So anyway, still it's very windy. It's still pouring down rain, and we're going to see what we can do about fish that we can collect, and we're also going to see about those corn dolls that we need to start the family, which is a really interesting, fun kind of mechanism too. I find it to be very interesting. It's interesting at the different games on how they incorporate that mechanism in their game. So I thought this one was kind of interesting. And something else, need something from you, not talking to you. And so I was looking here, and first off, throw that fish in there. And yeah, here's something interesting. Pond lurkers have 100. That's all the ones I can put at a time, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know that was the case. We're going to stop here and grab the pork chops and the chicken legs, recipes, flour. I always buy that from the traveling guys when I see it, especially now because I don't have much access to wheat. So what I thought I might do is run to another one of the general stores and see if they had any corn dolls. So I just really I did not plan very well for this. And I forget things along the way sometimes. So sorry about that. But we are going to start this family one way or another. I'm very adamant that I want to get this family started. So we're going to go over here. Here's another general store. And you can buy all these general stores. I was starting to talk about that. I guess there's 12 total in the game, 12 stores, and some people have bought them all, which I find to be kind of interesting. So again, I'm buying a recipe, buying all the recipes that I see. Oh, aloe vera. People ask for aloe vera sometimes, and I don't know where you get aloe vera. I haven't hit that. I guess I haven't hit that place in the game yet. So anyway, that was a waste. There was no corn dolls there, and it's like, oh, shop delivery. There is so much to do in this game. It's crazy. And you can really get lost in whatever you were planning on doing because something else happens that kind of goes, oh, I want to do this. That was, by the way, a lightning bolt that made that map look white all of a sudden. I love the weather in this game. Absolutely love it. It's just, it doesn't rain. If it's going to be raining, it doesn't rain all day. It rains for part of the day, which I find that to be fascinating. It's a more dynamic and real life weather system. So it doesn't, sometimes it'll rain and then the sun comes out. It's like, that's so real. So I'm back at my shop again and double checking. By the way, profit again, 27 profit. I've got a perk available and I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for this shop or the perks are combined. So I could use it in my other shop if I want to. I know that I can order corn dolls from ordering stock, and it's like $29, cost $29 to order 10 more corn dolls. So what I'm thinking is that I order the corn dolls and then I can give Ash tasks to do. Oh, let's see what Lucy has to say. She's annoyed. Any of the tasks that have you do something mean, I don't do them. I just don't think that's cool. So I will cancel them, and it doesn't hurt to cancel them at all. So what do we got going here? Nothing. Oh, look at that. I know a lot about Toby. He likes pork chops and carrots. So back to your spouse. If you want to, you can give them jobs around the farm. You can have them pet animals if you have animals that need to be petted or fed. You can have them harvest crops or take care of the crops if you have planted any. You can have them take care of the brownie bowl to make sure that it's full. There's lots of things you can have them do around the farm. You can also send them off for exploration. And so what you do is you click on this calendar right here. And so you can select a destination. And so I'm going to pick Tir Na Nog because otherwise I've got to go and fish Tir Na Nog or do whatever that I want to do in Tir Na Nog. Click on the fishing rod. It doesn't give them a fishing rod. It gives them a duplicate of your own fishing rod, and click Begin Gathering. The reason why I chose this is because I would have to go to Tir Na Nog. I would have to have the experience or get the experience to get the higher fish that I need to give to Twig, or I can send him. And if I send him, each time he comes, he gets experience and his adventure level will go up and he'll get higher quality fish for me. So it's kind of like a family working together is how I look at it. I've got lots of things that I'm handling and Ash can handle other things. A curse fish, I cannot figure out how or why I'm getting curse fish. I don't know what causes that. I don't know if I need them, so I probably should look it up. Also, when your babies become children, they can get chores and things around the house. You can also have them study, and there's all kinds of things that you can do with the children that can help around the farm as well. And at some age level, which I don't know what that is, they can go on adventures as well. I haven't seen this a whole lot in any playthroughs that I've seen, but I know you can. So we'll see how that works when we get there, because eventually we will have children and eventually they'll grow up. And we'll see how all that mechanism works together, because I really don't know. Again, I haven't seen it much. The playthroughs that I've watched, they are just power gaming it through to get most of the initial game content on one character. So they haven't really played much with the families and the generations, which to me, it's like, okay, when would you stop? When you've learned everything? I don't know the answer to that question. So let's see if we have anything. Oh yeah, we do. We've got some fish that we can give. I want to give them before I accidentally sell them. And it looks like I don't have any more of the fish eye one. And then this one, I think, we did get a flagfish. So that doesn't have 2 stars, but the flagfish does. Go back. I hated that I missed it, but that's okay. I'll find it later. Cointails. Okay, we catch cointails on a regular basis, so there's a lot of them to this one. We'll eventually get there. Some of those fish, eventually Ash can get them because I've sent him to Tir Na Nog, and I know at least one of those, if not two of those fish, come from there. So as his experience increases, he will get higher quality ones, and he can get them for me while I'm working on other fish. So to me, it's just a really interesting mechanism, and the way I look at it is that they are we're working together as a family. And I did see that our trees are ready, so let's not look at those. I got a 4-star pear. So I don't know why I'm not getting 4-star apples, but I'm getting 4-star pears, so that makes me happy. I kind of run around and grab, and a 4-star gassy apple. So, okay, no problem. So let's go see what we can do now. Again, it's the second day of autumn, and I'm looking here, and I need to get cleansing water. Okay, that was one of the tasks that we got from Paige Turner. So we need some cleansing water. So we'll have to figure out how to go get that. And I have a feeling that we need to go to Tir Na Nog to do it. Again, you get to Tir Na Nog by using that special lens and going, and you turn it towards one of these stone monolith things, and it takes us to wherever, in this case, this is Tir Na Nog. And this is actually where Ash is right now. So I don't know if we'll run into him or not. I have no idea. Also, these trees right here, they give sugar plums. I think they're called sugar plums. It's like, oh, I should have just grabbed it. And I'll grab anything I'm going to see. Gummy mushrooms. I know we can fish. And let's see what we can get. Oh, cool. Swarm flatch. 2-star even. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what star we needed for twig. We'll have to see. This is an area that I haven't really explored hardly at all. Songstrel flower. So those can be really useful. And it's just kind of an interesting area. It's very pretty, and it's just really another songstrel flower. Another map stone. So I'm kind of mapping this out and checking it out. Oh, okay. Really? Another tree. So let's hit that down. And it is a sugar plum. Yes, sugar plum. So those are going to become important later on. So we'll need those. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to pick the gummy mushroom. And I saw there was some fish in here. And I thought, well, let's give these a try. They didn't like me very much, did they? Come on, guys. Fishing skills coming along, but we got a ways to go. Oh, what did we catch? A swarm flatch. So cool. And another 2 more. Oh my goodness. Our skill is giving us double fish, and that is awesome. That is super awesome. Okay, now this is interesting here. I think this is where we might need to be getting the water that we need for that quest. That's part of the main quest line. And so you can ignore that, or you can just go ahead and do it. In this case, I'm going to grab it, and it's called cleansing water. So that's what I needed. And that's a little sap right there. We grabbed that. That's an ingredient for the apothecary shop. And so I was very happy to get that cleansing water. I'd forgotten about that task until I looked at my quest list. It says, maybe you would want to go get this. And then I saw, oh, fish. Business good? Yeah, it is. I just think it's so funny they randomly talk to you about these things. And it pertains to what's going on with your character. So I own a business. If I hadn't owned a business, they wouldn't have said, is business good? So I thought that was kind of interesting and fun. So anyway, we're just kind of wandering along here. Oh, I see another map stone down there. And I also see a sugar plum. Yes. Like I said, it's such an interesting area. It's so different than what we've been seeing so far. It's like, ooh, okay, let's see what we can get in this little pond. More swam flatches. Again, I don't know if it's time of day. I don't know weather. I'm not really sure on the fish here, but I know that they're different. I do know that we needed some. And so obviously Ash is going to collect some of them because this is where I sent him to. I haven't seen him around here, interestingly, but of course I'm not really looking. But I would think that he would be around some of these fishing areas if he was here where you could see him. If anyone knows that, if you're watching this and you've played this game, could you let me know? If you send your spouse somewhere and you go there, would you see them? Would they be there somewhere? That's kind of really strange. I also find it very interesting that he could come here without my very special lens. And by the way, we just mapped the whole region. Love the map stone sound. Oh my gosh, it's so satisfying to hear that big boom. And it's going to be such a bummer when I get them all. So anyway, kind of wandering around here. We've got our cleansing water, but it's like, I'd like to look around a little bit. And, oh, I'm picking up the fun flowers too. Those are good ingredients to have in the shop. And so just kind of looking around. I hadn't really been looked around here very much. I'd been up here maybe once. Oh yeah, another one of these. Thank you for the gummy mushroom. And there's some of these places that you can go into. So like there was one that when you're ready to, a flickering fish. Oh my gosh, we'll get some more of those. When you're ready to specialize a shop, or if you want to, you have to come here. And there's one of these places you can go into and they can help you, or they can specialize your shop for you. It's kind of expensive, so it's going to be a little while, but we'll get there eventually. No big rush. For right now, we're doing okay. My shop is making profit. And I told myself as long as I didn't lose money, that I would run the shop the way that I wanted to run it, which is selling fish only. I don't know what I'll do with the other general stores, if I buy them at all. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't made up my mind, and I'm not just saying that to tease you. I'm just telling you that's the way that I feel about it. I have to wait and see. I haven't decided. We'll see how this fish market ends up going. So it's right now, and I'm getting reputation for it. So that's awesome. And the only thing I'm doing is dropping off all of the fish that I'm selling, which is a lot. I like fishing. Let's see, what does this say? Lottery Emporium. Okay. What is this? It's a place you could buy things. One of the things is a $2,000 item. 2,000 brass item. It is a mysterious glass lens. Okay? What that is a lens for your special lantern, and it lets you go somewhere else. So keep that in mind for the way in the future. Because obviously, to me, it's almost a luxury item unless someone wants us to go there for some particular reason. So it's going to be a while for that. But that's where you get the third lens. And there's another one. Don't know how we'll end up getting it. But the third one we know we have to pay for. That's what it was that Fairweather gave us. He gave us a lens for our lantern. So this is some kind of a special place that you can only go to certain times a day, or if you have a special token, which I don't think we have yet. So that's okay. Again, I purposely have not explored a lot of these extra areas. I haven't been much outside of the Vale. I haven't focused on anything but the Vale and the people in the Vale. And so just kind of looking around to see if there's anything I can pick up along the way here. And don't see ash anywhere. Oh, I found a recipe. I get so excited when I find things like that. Recipes are cool. And a fun flower. Cool. Specialization. This is this place we can come to when we're ready to specialize. And, oh, there was a recipe laying there. Okay, I'll take it. All right. Known around parts as the Tinker. Can help your business go to the next level with my supreme specializations. Specializations means you can focus on certain items, get more rep, and unlock new perks. It's very exciting, and your shop will look fabulous too. It's 3,000 for each of these. And so you can see the goods store, apothecary, and blacksmith each have their own specializations. There's 3 specializations for each shop. So this is where we'll come if I decide to, and I'm pretty sure I will, turn my general store into a fish store specifically. But I've got to have the cashola to do that. So it's going to be a little while, and that's okay. Like I said before, I'm not in any big rush to do that. But I was glad I found out where. I knew it was in Tir Na Nog, but I wasn't sure where. And it's like, what the heck is this? And this kind of looks kind of creepy, and I don't want to go there. It is midnight. So we'll wait another day to explore that. And there's another fun flower. Holy moly. And I'm missing some of the sugar plums. Oh, another fun flower. I don't know. Maybe they repopulated. There's another one. Oh my goodness. We've just got them everywhere, but that's okay. We'll get them. And to go back home, you just go right back down to the door and through it, and you are back home again, safe and sound. So that's how we get to Tir Na Nog. That's how we get back from Tir Na Nog. And you can see it is very, very dark. And I hate that. Very, very, very dark. All right. So it is time to go to bed, and we'll sleep till morning when it's nice and bright and we can see again. And that also saves our game. Anytime you sleep, it saves the game. It doesn't matter what time of day or night. And it says Arthur Brown has returned from foraging. Okay, well, what did he bring? And it looked like there was something. Oh, it was a bed. I thought I could read a book. There was a book there, but I think we already read it. I always love turning the fireplace on. There's the backpack, and here are the 10 items that Ash has brought back. And then some sugar plums. Thank you. And you can see they're all 1 star. That's because of his experience level. When I select a location, Tir Na Nog, you can see whatever he brings back, it's going to be 1 star. But as he increases his skill, then those will go up. And we need higher ones for Twig, and we're going to send him off. Because I don't have the corn dolls for making babies, I thought, well, let's just send him, let's keep him busy and send him off. And we're going to fill the brownie bowl, and we're going to grab the fruits from the bushes here. And again, I'm using, my slingshot skill is really going up, so that's pretty cool. And look at all of the berries, berries, berries. And blueberries are 2 star. That's interesting. And I'm not sure why. I don't understand. Like, maybe it's your skill, I guess. I'm not sure. And it also has something to do with the goddess blessings that you choose. So you really got to kind of look ahead what your goal is and what you pick as far as the blessings, because say if you're going to harvest plants and fruits or harvest vegetables on your farm, there's a blessing for that makes the quality higher. So you kind of want to plan that out. And again, I just couldn't help but pick up a few pike that were there. We need those for the shop, so we'll grab those. So right now, the only thing that we don't have room for are the pond lurkers. But again, people aren't focusing on the fish because it's not a specialty shop yet. I want to grab the herbs when they're available. And our tree is giving us a venom sac. Awesome. And let's check it out. We've got a few things, but not a whole bunch. So we want to get a few more things going, and so that our employees can just grab them off the shelf to sell to the customers who ask for a specific remedy, and it makes it go faster. Your reputation goes faster. It helps the employees work faster. So that's the reason that I'm trying to make sure that I have as many remedies as I can on the shelf. And the ultimate goal, I don't know when this playthrough will end. I know that I want to experience the handing over of the torch, shall we say, of when I have to pick an heir. You can do that anytime, really, after your children become an adult, but at age 50, you have to. So my intention is to wait until I am age 50 before I do that. So that's my intention, to at least try that. Whether or not I'll play past that, at least for this YouTube channel, I don't know. Maybe it'll be one of those games that I just, pick up and do some more of, because I think there's a lot to be learned. And I know, like I said, they're still expanding it. It's, who knows when it will end. So anyway, I did have to order a few things, and it does cut into my profit, but it's important to keep those shelves stocked with the appropriate remedies. If you don't, and a customer comes and wants something, like right now, look at that, I've only got 5 things on the shelves right now. And if a customer comes and wants something, your employee will make a placebo. They will make something that's not the remedy that the customer wants, and there's a 50-50 chance that it will work, which means it's a 50-50 chance that it won't. And if it doesn't, then you have unhappy customers, and your reputation goes down. So we don't want that at all. That would be really a bummer. So we'll see on all that. We'll see how that goes. I want to try to make sure that eventually my shelves are absolutely stocked up with every remedy in the book, or at least as many as I can make, so that I have more and more happy customers. What I just did there was put too much green in, so I had to put some red in to counteract. So that happens sometimes. So again, I just want to make sure that I have as many remedies on the shelf as possible, so that, and as many ingredients on the shelf as possible, so that my employees are making good products. The goods store just gained a perk point. I don't know if you saw that flash on the screen really quickly, and that is kind of a good thing. I don't know that I want anything in the, I don't want to necessarily use my perks in the general store, but perks can be used anywhere. So I can use it in my apothecary here, and I may just do that. I know there's things that I do want to bump up with the apothecary, and so that the perks in the general store coming so quickly is great. So I'm really happy about that. While I've been making this particular remedy, my shop has opened. I can see a little fuzzy character standing there in the background. It's probably Theresa, who's standing at the counter waiting on customers. So I'm making my last item that I can make for the day until the shop closes. So I was glad I was able to get an extra one, Easy Go Potion, and cures constipation. Well, how handy can that be? And it's a 4-star. That's fantastic. Yes, that was Theresa. Hello, Theresa. How are you doing? Let's give you a gift. Oh, you're already at full hearts. So you can give your employees gifts. Supposedly it helps them work better. So I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if it matters what you give them. But she's got highest friendship level with her. Oh, look at that. Herbert Lemon likes yum. Well, that's cool. It's good to know what people like. You can see that yesterday I made 121 brass. Today I'm negative 40 because I ordered a couple things, so, or more than a couple things. And so perk points now I have 2. So I'm just thinking I'm going to hang on to them. That's what I'm thinking at this point. And then we'll see going forward. So I'm glad that I checked. Oh, look at this. I've got stuff on the trees. Let's get the apples down. We need those, not necessarily gassy apples. But let's go check the shop and see how it did. We made 111 brass in our fish store, which is not actually a fish store yet. So that's awesome. So I was so excited about that. And you can see it says strawberry profit -1. What that means is someone came in and sold a strawberry to my employee for 1. Now I wish they hadn't done that. I have plenty of strawberries, but they wanted, it's a 4-star strawberry, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, let's see what we got going here, and I can't do any more of those, and just putting as much as I can everywhere. Let's see what we got going. And Fishy Wishy, that's the one that I think Ash brought that back. I need 2-star. I don't know if I need or I need 2-star of those. So I'm just trying to see what I can sell. The swam flashes, I don't need the 1-star of those. So that gave us a few more things to sell. And let's look and see what it actually we do need real quick. Yeah, it's 3-star that I need. So obviously that isn't going to cut it. So I can sell those 2-star swam flashes if anybody wants those. Again, it's inventory. It's some different type of inventory, so we'll see how it does. I have no idea. I don't know why those are not selling, but we'll see. Well, that's a moonfish. Moonfish seem to be selling pretty good. I'm going to replace the moonfish with the pond lurkers. So I'm specifically putting them on the shelf, and I don't know exactly how my employees restock these shelves. I don't understand how they do it, what they choose, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm selling plenty of the ones that I want to sell. Definitely pond lurkers. I got so many of them, and it's like, okay, I did the 2-star ones, so we're just gonna go ahead and stick we did the 3-star, now we're gonna do the 2-star, and I don't know what their normal selling price should be. I think someone did a spreadsheet on it, but honestly, I don't know. So I'm trying to just kind of doing the guessing game here, checking the gardening guy and seeing, and then checking the fishing guy, looking at my skills. Again, these are the skill masters that we visited early on, and we have to take them things, and it's things that we find along the way on our journeys. And I know that I can take the moonfish to them. So anyway, I don't want to sell things that I can take to the masters, because it increases and gives us bonus and things. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm also looking now at the bulletin board here, the task board, and see if there's things here. Look at that, a swam flash for Melanie Jug. Well, we can do that. We just have a whole bunch in the shop right there. And I think that is a nightberry. I believe I have nightberries. And so again, anytime you do these tasks, especially for people who you've not maxed out your relationships with, then it helps your relationship. And it's like, oh my gosh, I got to go back and get a swam flash. I didn't realize I didn't have one on me. I forgot that I stuck them all in the shop. This is another reason why I really want to try to get myself to keep at least one of everything in my inventory in case I come across something like that. But it's no big deal. I was right here, and I can just click to grab one of them so that I could take it to Melanie and get our relationship increased. So that is kind of one of the big goals in the game, is to increase your relationships with people. There's lots of reasons for that. You get gifts from them that include anything from an apple to recipes to proverbs to all kinds of things. And so and also eventually, if you get your relationships all the way high, and if their home has a secret chest, they'll give you a code to that secret chest. And that is pretty cool when that happens. I haven't shown that to you yet in this playthrough, but we will see that happen eventually. We've got a ways to go. Melanie, she's neutral with us, but we just bumped up almost to another heart with her by giving her a swam flash of all things. You can see on the counter is one of those red books. That's how you buy the shops, and eventually they're going to do an update where you can buy the shop. I don't know by the time you're watching this. I don't know when you're watching to it. Oh, has my dad spoken to you? I can sense something is wrong. I'm not sure what it is about. You, but she's saying that I'm the kind of person people can confide in for some reason. She says his soul is empty. So that's kind of a thing going between her and her dad. So we need to talk to both of them. And nice to see you. Let's give him a gift. What does he like? Carrots. Okay, we can do carrots. Got plenty of those. And that gets us up really close to that highest level. That's nice. Rain's something about big rain in some place in Tunt. I don't know what that is. And let's see where we're at. Again, I'm really bad about showing you guys what day it is. 3rd of autumn in year number 6. I want to show you that more so that when people are watching my videos and they're like, well, where's she at in the game? I want to be able to show it really at the beginning is what I'm trying to do. And this is my, what's that little guy? That's the guy from the store. What's he doing wandering around? I don't remember that. I guess when we bought the shop, he took off. I don't know what happened there. So again, I'm looking and saying, what has sold the most of? You can't count the things that I bought, but looks like Moonfish is really doing quite well. Here's the whole year, which actually it's, obviously a week is all we've done, but just kind of trying to figure out what is going to sell and sell quickly and for the most money. And so we've got a number of things that we're doing here. We need to return to Paige Turner with the cleansing water that we have. So I think we'll do that. That's part of the main storyline. And you can ignore the main storyline if you want, or you can participate in it. It's completely up to you. None of this is required. I mean, you can do anything you want to do. So I know that she was above Frogmarsh, so we have to, that's as close as we can get to where we can get to Paige Turner. And so we are going to head up there. Oh, in this beautiful place. I love Frogmarsh. Is really cool when it's not foggy. I hate it when it gets foggy. If it gets foggy, I kind of leave because I can't see. And if at night, forget about it. So I don't know. I mean, some things you need it to be foggy, but for the most part, I wish it wasn't ever foggy. because it's such a pain. So we're going to go talk to Paige Turner real quick with the cleansing water. You have the means to cleanse the unwell, then I shall open the gate for you. Okay? Okay. Okay. I'm nervous about this. Be warned, you are about to enter Dreadwaters. Avoid him at all costs. The candles were placed everywhere to keep him contained within. He only comes out when it's dark and the tomb opens. Take great care. Okay. This is a area that everybody is afraid of. And it's because there's this guy, and his name is, I think it's Daddy Longlegs. I think that's his name. And it's so funny. I've only done this twice. This is only the second time. The first time I came through, I walked right in, did what I needed to do, and walked right out. And I think I might have passed him on the way, but I'm not really sure. It was very strange. And then I started seeing people on Discord channel talk about it. It's like, really? Why is everybody so scared? I didn't understand. So the more I read, the more I realized I just lucked out. So we're going to see if we're going to luck out or not. And right now what I'm doing is kind of walking around and mapping the area, foraging for items, really good items that we need in our apothecary shop, which is pretty much everything. And look at this, mandrake. Haven't gotten that before. It's getting foggy. I don't want it to get foggy. 3-star mandrake, no less, which is awesome. And by the way, what you're hearing in the background is my cats are losing their minds. So they've lost their minds and they're running around like crazy kids that they are. So anyway, I'm just kind of gathering as much stuff as I can. Oh, another map stone. Cool. It says there's 2 more to find. And I don't know that I would necessarily want to come back here voluntarily. Because I don't want Daddy Longlegs or Granddaddy Longlegs. He's scary. So I don't know. We're gonna go around here and pick up as much as we can. And supposedly the tomb opens at 7. I don't know what that means. Now there's this glowing thing right there, and I didn't know what that was either. It's like, okay. So I wasn't sure what I was doing. Again, there's so much unknown about this game. And I figure it out after the fact, but before then it's like, okay, it's getting foggier in here. I don't like this. And what's this thing about the tomb is open at 7 o'clock? Okay, it's 4. So again, I saw another one of those flashy things, but also another proverb. Okay, we also picked up a proverb for mandrake, I think. And so we're picking up goodies. And so there's another one of those weird things. And spider webs everywhere, which is not comforting. And then there's the door. So I'm not very good at clues. I'm terrible at clues, and I miss things because I'm so terrible at clues. And so I didn't realize I need to stand on the square. It's like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm kind of wandering around aimlessly, and I wanted you to see this because I'm also finding things. I'm finding the map stones and finding all kinds of things that I can forage, and waiting around to see what's going to happen, because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh, map stone. Yay, yay, yay. Is that the last one? Yes. All right. So that doesn't help us at all. There's a lair. In Dreadwaters, there's a lair up there. And I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? So according to our thing, we're supposed to take the cleansing water to the unwell and interact to use it. You do not need to have it equipped. You will need to find a way to open the tomb door. Watch out for the inhabitant of Dreadwaters. If he catches you, it is an instant death. I do not like the sound of that one bit. Instant death. I don't like dying. I don't like to play games where I die. I don't like this at all. So I stood there for a little bit longer, but not long enough, or it's not the right time. I don't know. I didn't know. So I hope I'm not wasting your all's time. I'm just giving you my experience here that I had in trying to figure all of this out. And I'm glad I mapped the whole area. So nothing seems to be happening at this time, and it's 5 o'clock. So I think that what we have to do is wait until it is 7 o'clock. So we may have to wait around a couple of game hours, If I'm not mistaken, each hour, I'm sorry, yeah, I think each hour is a minute. I think. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm kind of wandering around and waiting for ultimate death to see what happens here. So again, I'm clicking on everything to see if anything happens. I'm really trying to be careful with that water. I only have one bottle of cleansing water. It's like, okay, can I hit these things? What about this? Can I hit this? So I didn't know. So I don't know what happens. I think we have to wait till 7 and then something happens. So in the meantime, I thought maybe I could get some loot. That'd be pretty cool. But be careful with that cleansing water. I wish I had gotten 2 or 3 just in case. And I'm sorry about my crazy cats. I'm trying to hurry up and get this recorded because I want to get this uploaded today. I'm on a schedule. No. Retired slow gameplay. So I'm standing way off to the side, out of the way, because it's 6 p.m., almost 7. And that's why I'm over here, kind of hiding out of the way, because I don't want to see that nasty. He's kind of creepy. I've seen him before. Okay, so the tomb's still locked. So I'm trying to click on it. Can't click on it. It doesn't open. And I run back over here because I'm thinking, okay, something's going to happen. I don't know what. I'm checking my list again. Oh, Mr. Farewell will have to revive you. And anytime he does that, it's a year of your life. So I don't want that to happen. So it won't open. I still haven't put 2 and 2 together. Okay, look at that. Did you see that? So it flashed. So again, I'm not a very good puzzle person, and this is like a 2-year-old puzzle, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Because my brain hasn't clicked into gear about those things that flashed when they didn't flash before. And so I'm kind of wandering down here, and it's like, okay, Rhiannon, pay attention. Something happened when you walked on that thing. Pay attention. There's another one. And if I stand long enough, look what happened. And so my brain went, oh, well, there was another one up here. Oh, poor Rhiannon. She needs way more caffeine. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. What if I stand... Something happened. Oh my gosh. I'm still scared that the creepy thing is going to come out. Okay, that unlocked that one. And so I thought, okay, my brain finally kicked in and said, there's another one down below. So let's go stand on that. We stand on that, and the last one clicked. Okay, so now all the locks are off of that creepy place. And I'm kind of like, ooh, it's open. And so now I'm terrified of the Daddy Longlegs thing. I don't know if we'll see him at all. I just know it's dark and I can't see in here. But I do know the cleansing well has to be straight ahead. So again, I'm staying off to the edges. I don't want to see this creepy thing that kills you instantly. And there's the cleansing well. So I just clicked on the well, and so the water has been cleansed. And it immediately throws you out. I could not have been more relieved. You did it. I already feel so much better. It's like the weight of hatred's been lifted. Because if you come here before and you talk to these people in the town, you can't even give them gifts. They were so unhappy. And she gives us a book. And so that task is completed. I gained a bunch of reputation. And I'm so grateful. And she says, Rain, go away. And I'm like, no, I'm good. It's okay. Holy moly. That was so stressful. And that's kind of how it happened with me the other time that I tried it. I don't even think I saw Granddaddy Longlegs. So it baffled me that other people have seen him and been killed by him. And I didn't see him at all. You saw that twice. I didn't see him, and that happened twice. So kind of interesting that happens. And I'm like, you know what? Let's call that done and head on back. It's like, holy cow, that's too scary. It's too stressed. And so it's really funny that a lot of people have come across him. I don't know how they had or how I missed him. I have no idea. I'm just sharing my experience with you. And heading for home. Call it a night. Getting lost on the way home because we couldn't see very good. But anyway, that was kind of a big deal that happened. And you only have to do it the one time. And I thought, it's 11 o'clock. Maybe we could do a little bit of fishing. I'd love to get some more moonfish because those seem to sell pretty well. And, rainfish, so those seem to sell really well too. So, just kind of wasting some time. It's only 11. I mean, I could go to bed, but why go to bed right now when I could get some fish in the rainy ponds around the house? I've gotten some really good stuff here. I've got the rainfish, the moonfish, and those seem to sell really well. I got checkered. You saw those checkered ones? Those, I mean, you get different things. So I don't know. I don't think you can catch all the things you need, obviously, but I can certainly get some. And let's see if we've got a whistle root. We do a 3-star, which is fantastic. And in the dark, we fished up a rainfish. Like I said, I can't see. I'm convinced that turning on your lantern chases them away. I'm almost positive. So we're just going to not chase them away. We're going to just go ahead and fish and finish off our night. And run over here and see if there is a nightberry. There was, so we grabbed a nightberry. So that's great. You can only get a few of those in the game. Certain seasons and certain locations. So I'm like, let's just turn this light on so I can see what the heck I'm doing. I want to come up here and see if there's anything. Oh, Ash just returned from foraging, so that's cool. Thank you, Ash. I don't know what you brought home, but we'll check it out when we get back. And turn my light off again so I can fish. Maybe we'll get some more moonfish and get it. More for our little shop. So eventually we'll have way sufficient fish, but for now we can only catch certain ones. So, and everything else needs to go to Twig. All the big fish with the 2 and 3 stars goes to Twig, so we can get more benefits. And again, it's raising our fish skill is going up, as you can see, because of all the daggone fishing that I do, because I love it so much. And I'm sorry if I've mentioned that way too many times, but it is one of the mechanisms I love in this game, which is very unusual for me. And another whistle root. So very unusual for me to like fishing in a game, so I don't know why I do. I just do. So it looks like we've got some rainfish we can add. And let's see, we got some moonfish, so awesome on that. We'll pop those there. So we're on 5 of those. And I think that's all that we really have. And in case I have new people that are looking at this, what it is when you go to the Grandmasters, they give you these different buffs to your skill, and it says it on the right, whatever it is, like the hook will land accurately in the middle. So once you finish that out, then you get that bump. Now you also gain skill level by using the fishing rod or the tools or whatever they are, so you're gaining levels there too. So it's a very interesting dynamic in the game that I haven't seen before, where there's 2 different layers of things that can happen. So both the skill level goes up and the buffs are added in. So it makes it really interesting. I love it when I can grab a moonfish out of the home pond. Those seem to be selling really well, plus I needed them for Twig. So at this time, I double checked the pack and look at all the things that Ash has brought home. It's 10 items is how much they bring, and all of this is from Tir Na Nog. So that's awesome because I don't go there, and we're going to send him right back out, select the location, give him a fishing rod, and again, it's a duplicate of your own. And if I have any food, which I don't think I have any right now, that just helps their skills, and click on Begin Gathering, and off he goes. Thank you so much for following along. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It lets other people know that I'm doing something that's interesting. So thanks again. And the most important thing is I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.